What's up, guys? Blade Master here. Going to be bringing you round 3, game 2 between Asseror and Killer Zombie. The first game was beautiful, one of the closest games in the tournament, I think. And these guys have used Asseror has used a fuck ton of factions, including some powerhouses like Rome and yeah, I think Rome and RDIs are the two really good factions that he's used already. Killer Zombie has also used powerhouses in Rome, and he used RDI in the first game. You guys should definitely check that out if you haven't already. For game 2, now it is Asseror who has the first faction and map choice. He has gone with Nemerosenna, and he has gone with a very interesting faction. He's gone with Athens, and Killer Zombie on the other hand is countered with Pontus. So Pontus is probably one of the last remaining powerhouse factions left for Killer Zombie. He still has access to Massilia, a very good faction to end round 3 on a high note. I think he's coming up against a powerful opponent in Asseror. He barely won the first game despite a pretty big faction advantage. So if I was Killer Zombie, and once I saw Athens, which is relatively not as strong faction in the unit ban beta, I would have seized the opportunity and picked Pontus or something pretty strong at my disposal. Maybe even gone for Massilia myself. If I was in Asseror's position, I would have absolutely gone for Massilia over Athens. Athens can still be pretty much neutered, I think, with a couple of bans, because they don't have access to the critical cheap Gallic infantry that Massilia has. So even if you do ban Massilia and Hoplites, they still can bring a pretty decent army. So it all depends on the bans now. Killer Zombie has banned Thorax Swordsmen and Hippeus Lancers for Athens. There's a critical mistake made by him there, but before that, let's talk about what Asseror has banned. He has banned Noble Blood Cav and Cappadocian Cav. So we can see the huge... Oh, we should pause this. Let's take a look at the armies. Actually, yeah, let me pause this properly. We can see 4 slingers, which is a throwback to what Asseror brought in one of the first rounds, his first round games. He played beautifully with them there. Let's see if he does that again. He has brought a Hoplite here, a Hoplite there, another 4 Hoplites, 5 Hoplites, and 6 Hoplites. 6 Hoplite front line. Okay. But behind them, he's brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 Thorax Hoplites. A second line of Thorax Hoplites, and 2 Tarantine Cav, and that's it. And one Mercenary Veteran Hoplite. So that's the reason why he made a mistake. Why Killer Zombie made a mistake in not and Mercenary Station Warrior, by the way. That's why he made a mistake in banning the Thorax Swordsman. If he had banned the Thorax Hoplites, then he would be bringing Thorax Swordsmen, which honestly aren't as strong as Hoplites. And yeah. Ugh, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Pontus, I think, especially without Noble Blood Cav and Cappadocian Cav. But even then, like, what really can the Noble Blood and Cappadocian do against Athens, right? So maybe Massilia probably would have been a better faction to counter this, to counter Athens, because all the Hoplites very, very tanky. All of them super high morale and high health, high armor, very tanky. So yeah, they're not going to really be bothered too much by Cav. We've got a couple of Mercenary Scythians for Pontus. We've got a front line of... okay, we've got a flanks of Hoplite each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Pontic Swordsmen. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 Eastern Slingers. A couple of Mercenary Celtic Warriors. A Citizen Cav, 2 Citizen Cav, and 2 Pontic Royal Cavalry. I think he spent the money on the wrong units here. Pontic Swordsmen will never withstand this sort of tankiness, let alone a regular charge by a Thorax Hoplite, I think. They're probably one of the worst mid-tier units, mid-tier melee infantry units in the game. Waste their ammunition on slingers. Very well pulled out there. The Mercenary Thracians are going to get a blistering, uninterrupted charge on Pontic Swordsmen here, and they are going to do brilliantly on the charge. Then the Hoplites are going to come in. It's going to be a one-on-one engagement against the Hoplites. Kind of a weird sort of engagement because they aren't getting head-on charges. This Mercenary Veteran Hoplite looks to be bracing against the Pontic Swordsman. I believe they have expert charge. They don't have expert charge defense, so that all in all, wasn't a great move. Pontic Swordsman here getting decent number of kills on the Hoplites. They will win out against Hoplites, and now immediately he's using shield wall. This Pontic Swordsman just got butt slammed by that Thorax, Mercenary Thracian, which has gotten 68 kills now and has already gotten into the Eastern Slingers. Mercenary Celtic Warriors coming in to support. What are the Mercenary Scythians going to do? He should turn around his Slingers here. They're going to get good rear shots on the Thorax Hoplites. At the very least, he needs to turn around his Thorax Hoplites. Here, Mercenary Tyrantine going to just sacrifice themselves by catching the Citizen Cav. Pontic Royal Cav General is already in a devastatingly dangerous position here. Going to charge into the Slingers. Slingers being pulled out, but they are going to not get a great charge on the Thorax Hoplites. And now we can see all the Tyrantine Cav is going to do is just fire into the Pontic Royal Cav while the Hoplites engage them. The Citizen Cav is going to be able to catch up to this Tyrantine Cav, but they're getting deadly volleys here. Thorax Hoplites down to 77 men. Wow, they're taking concentrated fire from the Eastern Slingers and the Scythian. Oh my god, that's why he couldn't turn them around. Beautifully done by Killer Zombie. What coordination, holy fuck. The Hoplites still haven't been, some of them have popped Hoplite wall, some of them haven't. This one hasn't, I guess. Thorax Hoplites, here the biggest problem is the General. Has he pulled out with the General yet? Who are these guys? Okay, Hoplites here, wavering. Pontic Royal Cav General down to 48 men, but Asseror's General just got rear charged by the Pontic Royal Cav, and they are just about done. Holy shit, the Killer Zombie with playing out of his mind here. And pulling out from the Thorax Hoplites, that is exactly the biggest weakness of Hoplites against Cavalry. They'll do very well, they'll withstand charges, but they're not very aggressive. So they only have a 15 bonus versus Cavalry. And they are so slow because they're very heavy in mass that they can't chase after Cavalry very quickly. So here you can see these Scythians are firing at point blank range against these Thorax Hoplites. They actually might just get caught. They pull it out. They pull out at the last second. But here, the main line, it looks like the main line is holding pretty strong for Athens. The Thorax Hoplites is dead, but we have the second line of regular Thorax Hoplites that are still alive. And these Hoplites have actually done very well. 66 kills, of course, on Pontic Swordsman. If Killer Zombie loses this, it's all because of his Pontic Swordsman. It is literally all because of one mistake that he's made. Because he has outplayed Asseror. I can safely say he's quite handily outplayed Asseror. Played out of his mind with those slingers and the Scythian Horse Archer combo, just the coordination. You know, he didn't play great with his General, but he's managed to get a lot of kills. He sacrificed the Citizen Cav to hold off the Thorax Hoplites while he pulls away with his Pontic Royal Cav Gen. The rear charge from the Tyrantine Cav is going to kill off that Hoplite. And it looks like the Mercenary Celtic, they've done really well. But they are not going to last in extended melee. But look at these Hoplites are dying to this Pontic Royal Cav. The rear charges are so devastating here. And the Thorax Hoplites, these Pontic Royal Cav are just going to pull through their own men. And then the Thorax Hoplites will be faced up against a shield wall Pontic Swordsman, which is not the... It's terrible for Pontus, but it is also necessary. It's a necessary anvil. I just think that maybe if he brought more Hoplites and fewer Pontic Swordsmen, he could have achieved the same purpose for a much tankier unit. Here, 131 kills on the Pontic Royal Cav General. The Citizen Cav is gone, but the two very devastating Pontic Royal Cav remain. But look at the amount of Thorax Hoplites remaining here. We got a Hoplite here, Thorax Hoplite, 97 men here, 54, 84. Some of the Pontic Swordsmen have won out. Thorax Hoplites will get recharged by these guys. It looks like the Mercenary Veteran Hoplite still remaining, still very strong at 89 men. There's no way that Pontus can win this because of the absolutely garbage underperformance of these Pontic Swordsmen. And that is really a tragedy because Pontic Swordsmen are just so bad. But the one mistake he made was bringing these guys. And this has to be the... Whoa. Oops, sorry. This has to be the one big mistake that he made, I think. So, yeah, I think at this point there's really no... Yeah, I'm pretty confident that there's no way Pontus can bring this back. Thorax Hoplites, you know, he outplayed him. He outplayed Asseror. But Ah, man. He needed to have either outplayed him much more significantly by, I guess, not, you know, even that one miss micro with his Pontic Swordsman and getting them charged by the Thracian warrior, that itself was a pretty big mistake. But not bringing Pontic Swordsman at all and bringing maybe a pike line or something would have been very, very good. A pike line would work against Athens because they're all so super slow, and there's no precursor javelins from them. You have the Eastern slingers that can counter any Rhodians that the Athenians might bring. So I think honestly a pike line, while it would have been risky, he could have afforded to bring that to use that risk because he had game one in hand. And I think a bronze shield pikeman / levy pikeman line / couple of Hoplites would have done brilliantly, I think. So here, Pontic Royal Cavalry attacked in the rear. Can't do much. I just want to take another quick screenshot. Sorry. Let's see. I just want this guy to die so that I can take a screenshot mid-game. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I love these screenshots. Yeah. He's good. Sorry, I should pull back and then N. For anyone who doesn't know, the N always like zooms in, but this is a bit too much. Maybe I should move it from here. Sorry. I'll just take it. I'll take the screenshot. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, the Pontic Royal Cav Gen just about dead. Army losses. The Pontic Royal Cav, very decent unit, but need everything to go in their favor. They don't have the armor to continue charging again and again. They're very powerful on the charge, but they need a proper anvil. They need they're quick and shit, but yeah, they need proper anvils. They need a lot of things to go on for them if you really want to make them work. So yeah, Asseror has managed to pull things back. Look at the performance on these Thorax Hoplites. So that's two mistakes that he made. One mistake was bringing the Pontic Swordsman. The other mistake was not banning the Thorax Hoplites. If he banned the Thorax Swordsman and the Thorax Hoplites, don't see any way how Asseror could have brought this back. Hippeus Lancers will lose to Pontic Royal Cavalry, and yeah, that would have been that, I think. So very well played to Killer Zombie, well played to Asseror in using the Mercenary Thracian Warrior, and ultimately his very smart army choice has paid off big for him. And there's going to be a decisive game 3. Let's hope it's as good as the first 2 games. You guys stay tuned. Peace.